Hello and welcome back to JD's Kitchen. Thank you guys for stopping by. Today we are going to be making this yummy delicious eru recipe. Eru is a Cameroonian delicacy from the Bayangi people. So let's start by looking at the ingredients. You're going to need water leaf and you're going to need some eru. You're going to need meat. You'd also be needing some kanda. Now this is optional. You can put some and not put some, but these are the things I will be using. Some fish, some crayfish, some salt and seasoning cube. I prefer Maggi crevette, some pepper, and then some red oil. I prefer the one from CDC that does not have smell. Now I go ahead to put my kanda and my meat in the pot. Now from whenever I see my kanda, from the texture I would know if it's too hard that I have to boil it a bit before adding the meat. So with this one I went ahead to boil it at the same time. When it was cooked, when it was boiling rather, I added my fish, and then when all three of them were ready, I went ahead to start putting in my water leaf and eru. Now for some people, they have some methods they follow. Oh, they put this first and leave it a bit. No, I don't do that. I put my water leaf and my eru at the same time. Okay, I do that at the same time, and you would want to find out what proportion of what to put. Now depending on how soft or how strong you want your eru to be, some people like their eru to be in such a way that they are chewing it. That way you're going to put more of eru, but I like my I don't like it very soft, but I like it soft, so I go ahead to put almost equal water leaf and eru. You could have seen that I put it on the sieve, on the strainer, and it was almost equal, but I think the water leaf was just slightly above, just very slightly above. So I put them all together at the same time. Then I try to mix. At this point the gas is already on, the fire is on, and I'm just going ahead to mix. And when you mix, you see it starts steaming and then it starts reducing. So I go ahead now to add my salt. I add my seasoning cubes. I love to use Maggi crevette when I'm making eru. I just believe that it has some crayfish flavor and it adds something to the dish. So you could see that I have added some oil. You guys, when you're making eru, one of the things that spoils your eru is the oil that you use. If you use oil that has a terrible smell, I'm sorry, no matter what you put in that eru, I'm not going to like it. I will not enjoy it because the smell is going to be terrible. So if you can get the oil from CDC, I would advise you to do that because it's nice. Okay, it doesn't smell. So towards the end, I don't cook my eru for more than 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes is enough. In fact, 15 minutes is enough. It already, you can see the texture, or you can see how soft I like my eru to be. I don't like it to be softer than this or harder than this. So I went ahead to add my crayfish. The crayfish just gives the eru. At this point, my house was just smelling like an eru joint. So I put in the crayfish, and then I added the pepper at the end because I didn't want the pepper to overcook and then make the entire eru, the pot of eru, very peppery because I have kids. So this is what our eru is looking like. Very yummy, delicious. This is Cameroon's national food. Arguably, like, you can argue in the comment section if you want. This is not even my traditional meal, but I love eru. Somebody said on Twitter that this is Cameroon's national meal, and I bet to agree. So we had this particular eru with water fufu. I have a video on the channel where I share with you guys how I make water fufu from scratch, and then I also share with you guys how I cook it to avoid lumps. So do well to check out that video, and please do well to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet subscribed, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.